tryna make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't tryna grow, then it's done for you. For the record, lab on me going all the way. For the record, ain't tryna link, no time to waste. For the record.
We are on Kickboxer, we are on Influencer, we are on Life Gurus.
Our parents aren't rich. We had student loans. We work 9 to 5, and we look forward to the weekends.
So if that sounds someone like welcome to Noob Podcast.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome back, everybody. Today we are here with a new guest. He's my cousin brother, Chetan. He's visiting East Coast from West Side. We haven't posted the previous podcast yet, but we have back-to-back guests who have lived in East Coast as well as on West Coast. And we'll dig into more. Tell us more about yourself, Mr. Chetan. We do call at home him as a bole.
Bole.
So if we say bola, that means we're referring to him. So go ahead, bro.
Yeah, my name is Chetan Patel. I work as IT product lead for a telecommunication company on the East Coast. And I do enjoy playing sports, whatever sports it is. So, yeah.
But you live in the West Coast, though.
I live in West Coast, Monterey, West California.
Oh, that's
Yes.
I've been there a couple of times. So it's really beautiful. Highly recommend you visit.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with the timing of working on East Coast? Do you have to adjust to that, or does it mean you work your own time? And
Luckily, my company doesn't force me to follow the East Coast schedule.
yeah.
And plus, my team is distributed over different time zones.
Mm-hmm.
So we do have a kind of like few hours that everybody overlaps.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that we manage within that time frame.
Gotcha.
All the meetings.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, that bro don't start till 10 a.m. That's for sure. I witnessed how he
8.
works.
8 a.m.
Please. Please.
That's
10
11
a.m.
here.
10 a.m. East Coast maybe.
Please. He doesn't even wake up at 8 a.m.
So, like, you probably don't have any meetings before 11 a.m. Eastern time?
We do have it, but it's my other supervisors in the team, scrum masters in the team, they manage it. So I used to feel like initially that, hey, I have to be on every meetings, but I realize now that I can delegate a lot more stuff and get better results rather than me stressing and trying to be there on every meeting. So that's something I have learned over time. And of course, my boss, they taught me about this, that, hey, you don't have to do everything. You can delegate.
So you've been with the same company ever since you started your career, if I'm not wrong. Correct?
Yes, same company, yeah.
That's
Almost
pretty
10 years?
2009.
Wow.
Since 2009.
Yeah.
14
year.
years.
It's the year I graduated high school.
Wow.
He's been at the same company.
Yes. But they treated me well. I tried to find
Hard
different
set.
opportunities, but they held me.
Mm.
And I've been happy with the project they give me. And I'm satisfied overall with the type of work I do. It's like always creative and keeps me thinking about how can I make something better. So I'm always in creative phase.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I like about like current
This company. Yeah.
Yeah, if you sitting with him on laptop and he sees some website, this man focus on the user friendly side of the aspect more than how it works. So it's like you see the way his brain goes around the site, like this can be improved, this can be improved, blah blah blah. And he's the reason, guys, I passed my C# class. I wouldn't be graduated today if it wasn't for him.
Yeah, but I learned a lot when I taught you the class.
Probably.
So-
But let's go back a little bit more.
Okay.
You wanted this. This is not what you graduated for, right? What did you
Yes.
go to school for?
Electronics, electrical engineer, majoring in electronics,
Okay.
like VLSI design and digital signal processing. where
Pico's
my-
hiring.
Right. Why?
Um,
What made you switch over to the coding and behind?
I did take minor in computer science. So I did take some courses in
Right.
computer science,
Mm-hmm.
and it intrigued my interest in coding in general. And even with digital signal processing, I was coding in, of course, MATLAB is
Right.
a tool. So I always enjoyed that fact that I love coding.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2009, the market was really bad, and only job opportunities were in IT field.
Mm-hmm.
And the first opportunity I got, I took it, and been loving that since then.
What
Right.
did you start with at the current company? Like, were you always a dev?
Junior developer, yes.
Oh, okay.
Then progress to senior, and
So you knew coding from school.
yes, I used to do it in school.
Mm.
In the
You went to school here?
I did my masters here, but all my undergrad and everything was in India.
India? Where did you go for masters?
I went to Temple University
Mhm.
in downtown Philadelphia. So
Is that why you went to Temple?
No, I just went to Tampa because I got accepted there first. I had no, like, when I was in community college, this is something I noticed, and I never felt this way, but I noticed that people, when they graduate here from high school, people who were in community college, they had goals. Okay,
Mhm.
oh, I wanna do like good scoring in SAT so I can get approved at this university or that university and blah blah blah. That never crossed my mind,
Mhm.
honestly speaking. I was like, I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Like whoever accept me first, I'm going there. Like
Mhm.
it doesn't. I never looked into university. I never looked. Like I literally, I'm telling you, I had zero interest in any university to begin with. But the goal was to get accepted somewhere.
Right.
So Mehul and I applied at the same time at Temple at Penn State, and unfortunately, I did not get a letter from Penn State, and he did not get a letter from Temple.
Mm-hmm.
But we both were together at community school. Yeah. So then he ended up going to Penn State. I ended up going to Temple, and our paths separated.
Would you, let's say, if you had gotten accepted at both, but Mehul only got accepted at Penn State,
I would have gone to Penn State.
Penn State?
100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is no reason behind it why I went to Temple. The only reason I went to Temple because one day I opened the mail and it says congratulations, you are accepted. There was no other reason behind it.
Yeah.
And
it's interesting, I guess. Some people even choose major based on where the friend is going.
Mm-hmm.
That
yeah. And like I said, if
was-
I would have gotten letter from both university, I never even got rejected letter from Penn State, if I'm being honest. So I don't know what I did on my application. But
Did you
something
submit it?
I did, but me and him did it together. So I don't know. Something went wrong. But he also got rejected letter from Temple. So at least he applied at both places. So did I. But I never got rejected or approved letter from Penn State.
Penn
so
State, yeah.
I got one rejected letter. That's it.
From
I really want to go to Widener University.
I was never one of these.
you really wanted to go somewhere?
I just wanted to graduate, be over with this, yo.
But you didn't do high school here. This was like high school time,
Yeah.
11th, 12th grade. It's different. That's when you.
No,
really
it's same in
become-
India. People in India, when I was in high school, people had a goal in mind, and they were like, "Oh, I want to go to this university, like or I want to go to this university." My friends were like that, and not just that. Capstone class. Everybody go through capstone class. I thought, but I went through like the last year class, big projects you do. So you have a assigned professor, but they also do like consulting for you to find a job.
Mm-hmm.
And this is true story. Everybody in my class like struggling to get interviews, struggling to walking with the resume and all that. And I'm the only one. I send my work overseas via website. Somebody in India, somebody in UK. They did the project for me.
Yeah.
It came back. I was sitting there. My manager, not my manager, but the professor one day called me. She's like, "Come through." I was like, "Fuck, I got caught." So I went there, and she's like, "Mr. Patel, I never seen you talk to us, or are you not going to apply for a job? Everybody's getting interview at least, or they're going to the job fair. We never show up, and blah blah blah." And I straight up said, "I'm rich. My my dad has a business back in India, so I'm just here to graduate and leave to make him happy." Literally, this is true story in the office. She's like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah, I just want to make him happy, so I'm just here, doing my part, and I'm gonna go back and run the family business."
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Okay." And then they never bother me, and I was the 5th person in that class who got the job offer in March after we graduated in December.
Right.
We still had that group on Facebook, I think, where we all were used to, share everybody's like, what did you get the job? Like, that
Yeah.
phase, like, oh, did you get it? I got it in like Connecticut and I got it here. And I went to India. Literally, I went to India right after graduation. I came back and then I got it in March. So I posted there and everybody's like, wow. So that was the story for my custom class.
But
I did not learn anything. I did not do anything. I just graduated.
I would like to find out from you, why did you want to go to, or why did you wanted to go to Widener University?
Because when I was in high school, I wanted to become an architect.
And
So
are they known for?
yeah, they're known for their engineering, architect,
I see.
and designing. So I really wanted to go there. For
So
that.
what happened?
Didn't get accepted.
But why didn't you go to another university who teach architecture and
Yeah.
engineering?
I'm sure
Well-
Penn State had architect.
Yeah, so Penn State had architecture, but I got influenced by people, and they kept on telling me, like, few architect told me that don't do architecture,
Mm.
instead do mechanical engineering or mechanical drawing and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
like become an engineer instead. So I did that. I became, 2 years I was mechanical engineer, and then I didn't like it, so I switched to marketing and management.
Mm.
Bro, you dropped down crazy.
Yeah, should have done IT instead, but
I mean, you work in IT, so
yeah, but I mean, if I knew coding, it would have been different.
I want to make a comment here. Coding is something either you know it or you don't know it. You
No,
cannot
no,
say
either you have it
or yeah,
or
either
don't
you have it or you
you
don't.
don't.
Like you can go to school to learn coding. Sure, I went there, I learned. It was interesting. I'm not gonna lie, but like his mind works. Like he look at the the design. Let's say you wanna create a pizza store online. Like I know how to create it, but the logic behind it,
Yeah.
I noticed that he was like
Yeah.
on top of the game. I had a couple of students in my class; they were like top of their games and stuff like that. But like when people say, "I'm gonna go become developer," sure you can. There is no restriction or you can't do
Yeah.
it, but it's pretty tough, bro.
It is tough. I mean, that's why I can design, like I can see how to do it, but like doing it is an issue. So that's what I'm talking about. Like I think I will be able to. That's what I learned. I learned all the language on my own afterwards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
But I think
Test
it
him afterwards.
depends on
not all.
the person who is teaching you the coding in that initial
That's
days.
true. Yeah.
Like if they do good job, in fact any subject,
Mhm.
if math is the subject, some people say that they don't like math,
Mm.
right? But if that first teacher was like really nice at explaining stuff about math, then you will understand, and then you will be like, oh no, I understand this, I like it.
Right.
That's so that teacher plays really important role
Mhm.
The first
in that
teacher.
initial, yeah.
The
He
first
does
teacher, yeah.
come from a background. I think his dad is a professor, right? Not professor. Now he's a principal or something. Masa.
He was a head of the department. He did hold that position for 5 years. Or
Yeah,
is
it was
one
pretty
term
long
or
time.
two
So
term.
he's like a master, a
Math teacher?
family, teacher.
So he was professor and also head of the department, and then of course after term is over, he was a professor and all.
Mm.
What subject?
Marketing management.
Yeah,
So
you
he
should
did
have gone there to
PhD in
learn
that.
it.
Yeah.
You want me to hook
Yeah.
you up?
Odd enough, I have got an offer for marketing jobs.
I mean,
Like now, without even working in marketing field,
Mhm.
like I do get like not just job as in like apply, like actual offer. Like UHS did that, and even at my current job, they said
Mhm.
you want to switch over.
You said no.
Yeah, because it's not just if it's just marketing, like where I'm making designs and creating stuff. It's a different story, but it also involves cold calling.
Mm.
I think that's the reason I didn't work as a marketing, because when you start, you have to start at cold calling.
no idea, but
So pick up a phone, call
Salesman,
guy.
Dwight
cold
Schrute नहीं
calling.
करता? How's
got
your
you.
paper supply? Huh? Paper supply किधर है?
Yeah, just like
सही है,
that.
सही है,
So
सही है.
start with that. Anybody want to work at EHS for that? Let me know. I mean, sorry, Help Monix.
Don't do it.
Health Monix, bro.
Our 2 cents.
My 2 cents too, but actually they pay well for marketing
Don't
more
do
than
it.
anything else.
Don't do it.
3 cents. Still don't do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't require.
And don't even
degree.
work for his company either. Don't do it. But anyways, I have a question for you. So you lived here. I know I came to this country in 2008. We lived together for almost a year and a half or
Yeah.
something.
The same town.
Yeah. And then you got married. You lived here almost like 10 years, I believe, East Coast.
Total, 10 years. I
10,
lived.
10 12 years, I guess.
Yeah.
And then you moved to West Coast, Monterey for last 3 years.
4 years.
4 years. And now every time we meet, you always say one thing. Amar Kelly mato, our weather. So I'm trying to understand,
Yeah.
like if you had to pick one side right now, because we asked the same question to our previous guest who, grew up here but lived there a couple of years and came back. So would you ever move back East Coast?
I would never say never, but I will say the fact that I like about living over there is the weather pattern. Like there it's always predictable. Like, hey, there won't be rain. In from, let's say, May to August, so there won't be rain. So I like to do outdoor activities, so their weather won't be affecting my outdoor activities. For example, playing sports or anything. So that's the fact I like, that hey, I can be outdoors every day if I choose to, which is most likely I go for some activity, every day. Like over here, I've been here what, 1 week. I wanted to go. I guess yesterday I wanted to go outside and play. I asked Divya, like, hey, let's go, but it was raining, and I'm like, and then, but things like that. I mean, I like the fact that the weather is so.
But that's the only thing with the beauty of Cali or the price. How about economy? How about the government? They were telling me being like, naturalist people, killing the vibes about like,
Killing the vibes. Government's killing the vibes.
it's like, make sure fishes are living, but, we can go thirsty all day.
I mean, I'm not affected by that. I guess if I am affected, then it would change my opinion, but I'm not affected as of now with any of that.
Right.
But yeah, I do love the fact that within few hours I can be in mountains with snow caps, and within like 1 hour drive I'll be on the beach and stuff like that. Different landscapes in driving distance.
Right.
Nice.
It's same here. It's 2 hours here.
But winter time.
I mean,
He said 12 months.
No,
there.
even like, where is the skiing, like closest skiing for you?
like
Poconos.
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Okay, and then the
Beach is 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
But that only happens like winter time snowing
Yeah.
and then
It's
summertime.
still not as beautiful as Cali. I'm just.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
is indeed
yes.
beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I've been there and personally, vouch for that. That it
Yeah.
is indeed beautiful. Like, you can spend evenings watching sunsets and stuff like that. I get that, but like, what are the other?
Oh, something else I remembered, and that because I've been scratching my hand. That bugs, here it's nice summertime out there. I want to be outdoor. I was sitting outdoors and taking doing my work calls, and there were bugs that were bothering me.
Yeah, right.
If
now.
I'm sitting outdoors over there are not many bugs bothering me because it's pretty much dry during the summer months, so not many bugs come out and bother you.
Right.
That minute fact, but it's, I guess, you realize it when you travel and you realize that
So, what do you not like about it?
What,
just
bugs
bugs,
biting?
No, no, no.
biting,
California,
mosquitoes.
California.
No.
I know how bugs work and what they do.
Yeah.
What don't you like about bugs? They bite.
So what do you? If you had to say one thing that what you don't like about California, what would you say?
I would say, like, I had to develop the friend circle over there. So
But that's a personal. I'm talking about overall geographically.
California
or
itself.
California itself, like government or the all the San Francisco, like like all the druggies there out there, like government's helping them creating all the what's it called, nursery for they can come and take the drugs.
I don't know about all that. I
Actually,
honestly don't
I
know.
only
but
actually after Smith's podcast, I did look into it, and that is true. Actually, they've been helping them so they don't use same needles and stuff like again to avoid HIV and STDs and stuff. So they have opened up like booths, so like all the homeless who do drugs, they can go there and do drug like
clean supply.
like hygienic.
Yeah, they took that idea from Africa.
Yeah. So
Is
those are the things. I don't know if you're aware of it, but
Oh no, I was not aware of that. But I mean, I don't like the fact the taxes are really high.
Mm-hmm.
The cost of living is high. So I guess that's the two thing I would say that I don't like.
Right. You think it's gonna like the cost of life is gonna go down now that a lot of people are moving away from California?
I doubt that because it's still a lot
not
of people
enough.
coming in.
Right.
Plus, it's not just because people live there. I guess it's like gas is expensive, and the reason is
It's the law.
like the gas company have to filter it extra. Like all the other extra pollutants needs to be taken out before they can sell in California, and that's why the cost of gas is a little higher because gas company has to do extra process.
Right.
And I guess that I don't think people moving in and out will make any difference of
Mm-hmm.
on that. It's just government policies that affect the cost, of certain basic products like gas, But hopefully, with electric transition, I guess it will bring down, and maybe we won't be using gas as much.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? 2030? California wants to be 100% electric.
They want to
2035.
stop selling, yeah.
Yeah.
At least they want to stop selling gasoline cars. I don't know if everybody will have
That would be
EVs
hard
by
to-
then.
Yeah. All the dealership cannot sell it.
Sell
That's
it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
no
rough.
new cars can be
Gasoline.
gasoline.
Yeah.
You
I-
can't even get it from a different state and just import, just pay the taxes, change the
And to
tag.
register it. I'm
Yeah.
sure like there is gonna be like where like if you're buying antique cars, I'm sure they're allowed that.
Hmm.
But it's like you won't see what we're seeing here where Honda's advertising their new gasoline cars. We
Yeah.
won't see that in
Mhm.
California.
Yeah. And I guess that will push a lot of car companies to make electric vehicles.
Yeah.
At least.
What are your thoughts on electric vehicles?
He owns one.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. So
I mean,
Tesla?
it's a step in the right direction, but I would say if the range would, let's say, if it goes
100 more
up
miles.
by 100 more miles, it will be very convenient for like a day trip,
Yeah. 100 miles with
So-
affordable price.
So recent experience, I went there last month, right? And then I'm big fan of electric car, fully supporting this, innovation. But long term, like long driving, like if you have to drive 4 hours, like we went to Yosemite, not everywhere there was charging. In California, there are mostly places charging, but Yosemite area they did not have charging. I think he
within
said,
national park. You
yeah, within national park, they used to have it, but then I realized that it still takes time, like 20 minutes
charge, yeah.
to charge up to 60-70%. On top of that, you don't have to stop just once. It would be like 3-4 times you stopping because you don't want to risk it. I mean, Tesla's smart enough to calculate and tells you that, okay, you're gonna have to stop here, here, here. So in my opinion, I don't think so electric cars are ready yet for long range drive. But if it's the most beautiful thing that human created for day to day work life if you're going through.
But we only went to Yosemite, which is like about 180 miles from my place. So we took a day trip to Yosemite, and we stopped for only one charge, and that was like 20 minutes. So if you compare it with the
No, then-
overall all day driving, just 20-minute charge, it was good. I mean,
We did stop a couple of times after coming back. Like one way we stopped once, then we stopped from Yosemite once when we left. Then right before we get home we stopped. Like I think 3 times we stopped.
so imagine if the parking lots over in Yosemite had electric chargers, then we wouldn't be wasting time somewhere else to charge.
That is
To
true.
be-
That is true. But
so,
I would recommend either they come up with a system where he said add additional 100-mile range if possible within the battery, or bring down the charging time to 80% within like 5 to 8 minutes.
Yeah, they can't do the second for sure right now because of it ruins the battery.
Yeah, I figure. I mean, if we made it this
Right?
far, I believe in tomorrow's. I'm hopeful. We will have some better technology within 10 years at least.
yeah.
What do you think? Is this sustainable? Being an electrical engineer, like, is it?
Yeah, it is. I think we just need to break some laws that US has, which is make more or build more nuclear power plants, and California doesn't want it. Other places don't want it. California, understandably, because of the earthquake issue, but why not the other states?
Put every 3 miles something in Texas. What are they good for? Or in
But yeah.
Oklahoma or Alabama.
Yeah, we need to definitely build more nuclear power plants if you want to go towards EV as the future. Because
Interesting.
we're not gonna have enough electricity. Like they've I think Texas or California experienced
Yeah,
out-
both state
both
little
states,
bit experience
yeah,
the
outage.
power shortage.
Yeah. So
So you living near ocean. I know ocean is like 2 miles from your place. How much? Not 2 miles. Sorry, 2 exist.
Half mile.
Oh, half mile.
If I walk straight. then
Yeah,
half
yeah.
mile.
But like beaches and stuff, like little further.
Yeah.
You think you moved there in 18, 19?
2019, I would say January 2019.
Did this everyday being outdoor, the good weather, near beach, ocean views? I know Big Sur is no close by. Did this affect your lifestyle, your mental health, like anything? Like, do you feel how does it make any difference in your life? Because
I
here,
mean, I
as
feel good about, like, it's sunny. I feel good. Everybody feels good about,
In the sun, yeah,
sun. You know,
near the water.
yeah, and being able to go out any time of the, like, day, and just with just one hoodie, it helps, like, makes you feel good. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
that
mean-
makes sense. The only reason because here summertime is I'm vibing. We all vibing. As soon as end of fall, I know everybody feel little depressed. I don't care what anyone says.
No,
That dark.
that's like you. It's proven. It's scientifically proven that you are feeling depressed because the days are shorter, the temperature is colder. It is definitely your mind is making you feel depressed.
Yeah.
Scientific
So
reasons.
that's what I was trying to see. If you feel that feeling that you felt, you probably felt it here. I'm pretty sure.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I did feel depressed in winter here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Or, like, especially not able to do lot of things outdoor. That's what I
yeah,
miss.
like we all like if we hang out, it's like someone's
Yes.
basement or something like that. You can
Mm-hmm.
grill and stuff. So wanted to see if you have that type of feelings up there, where you be like, oh man,
I would say during rainy season, sometimes there is rain on Sundays, and it's my sports activity day, and I would be like, oh, not today, no, come on other days. Not on Sunday.
we pray for that every week because every Friday evening to Saturday evening it rains here since last 4 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is we got used to it.
Yeah.
Wasn't recently there was a big rain, right? Big rainy season for California,
Last
surprisingly.
season was, like, I guess, record-breaking rainy
Right.
season.
Which is
even-
good for, I mean, not for like sports and this and that, but which is good for California grounds, I guess. 'cause
Yeah,
they needed
drought.
the water.
It helped. Yeah,
Yeah.
it helped the drought condition.
Right.
It kind of completely wiped out the drought condition.
Okay.
No, it didn't, bro. Only Machali are gonna have good times.
Is
The
that-
government still gonna be like, no water for you, but save them fishes.
Right. So I don't know if it's a rumor, but I've never been to. I mean, I've been to California, but never to for a vacation. So is it true that there is a law on how much water you can waste
I mean,
to lawn your yeah,
yeah,
to water your lawn and stuff like that?
I think during drought conditions,
Mhm.
like when it goes on for months or years, then they put restrictions that, hey, don't water your lawn and don't wash your car,
Okay.
things like that, just to avoid.
How do
the-
they control it? Is it just like cops walking
mean,
by and
If somebody sees it and somebody reports
They'll-
it, then
oh,
it's
okay,
so
gotcha.
cops can take action.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's interesting.
Like, what kind of punitive action do you get?
Ticket.
Tickets or
I don't know, honestly. I don't know if cops have time to enforce it, but it's just that message going out to public, and public
Mhm.
will be like, okay, I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
I'm
You-
sure people are ignoring it and
Yeah.
doing it, but it's not strictly enforced, I would say. But it's at least 50% of people won't be doing
That's
just
good.
because of the message.
Right.
And you also have a daughter. How do you manage all this outdoor activity with having
I take
a
my
kid?
daughter with me. Yeah, and she loves outdoor too. Like on Sunday, I go to play beach volleyball. She's like, every Sunday, if I say you want to come, she'll be like, yes. And even sometimes she'll be by herself, like no other kids playing it. She'll be having good time. She'll be playing in with sand toys, and outdoors is fun. So
Hmm.
I guess she likes that too. So.
Right. Is she is she in school?
She will be starting kindergarten in August, in
Oh.
couple months. So.
Gotcha.
But it's a family time for us because my wife Nikki also plays volleyball, so
Mhm.
it's kind of, we are all at the beach having fun volleyball.
Right.
Nice. And you maintain motel for a couple of years there, right?
Yes.
And
yeah.
you work full time, you and your wife.
Yes,
How did you do that? Was it tough?
it was, I would say, not tough, but the reason it was tough is because when I started the motel work, managing the motel, I was a software developer, so I could do my coding without being in a meeting. But right when I started the motel, and then I also got promoted around the same timeline, and I was involved in a lot more meetings and managing projects, then it conflicted. Like I was completely busy with meetings, and then I cannot pay attention to anything else. So it was like either here or either there. So, but luckily my I guess my wife was working from home, so she could at least manage most of it when I was busy.
Right.
Yeah.
Is your wife is Nikki Bobby's company on East Coast as well, or
That's in West Coast,
okay,
in the
that's
same
right.
town, in fact.
Gotcha.
So
It's just she goes in once in a while or no?
she goes on Wednesday once a week.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that happened after pandemic. So pandemic changed a lot, I guess.
So she was going in every day before.
Before that, yeah.
Mm.
So it's only 15 minutes away, but it's still that you have to
go
get
in.
ready.
So-
Yeah.
So do you
On-
see yourself ever going back to office? Like not this job. If you change job and they be like,
Not full time for sure. Not 5 days a week for sure. Maybe once a week, twice a week. And the
don't
reason
even
I-
ask me third day.
And the reason I say is because I can see like my whole team is remote
Mhm.
and we can fulfill the work.
Right.
Like I don't feel a need to be in the office.
Mhm.
Especially my team is now distributed all over the US and
Right.
even India. So
Mhm.
I feel with this distributed work environment, like where will you call everybody in one place? I guess it will be tough.
Yeah.
Plus, I can get a lot more skilled labor just because I'm open to remote positions. So somebody can be in Chicago or
Mhm.
wherever they want to be,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but and I don't have to worry about moving them over and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense.
so yeah.
So how about you guys? Like I know like you recently started going
Yeah, it's-
in.
I've been always going in. Like I'm lucky that I get to work from home 2 days now.
Okay.
But last job I'd be ever since COVID started, from the second week of COVID, I'd been going into office.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Even during COVID. Okay.
Even during COVID. Yeah. So I'm happy to be where I am right now.
I'm full time work from home.
Nice.
Blessing.
I go in 2 days.
2 days. Okay.
But
you
he
like
works.
that? You like that going in 2 days, or what do you think? Like, do you accomplish more just because you go in twice a week?
So before Uno, I didn't mind going. Before Uno, I didn't mind going every day. I wouldn't care. I liked actually going into office. Now I rather work from home because it's just easier. I like interacting with people. I feel because I do a lot of meetings, and if everyone's coming in, like if everyone's coming in, everyone's in the meeting at the office. We don't have that many remote employees.
Okay.
So it makes sense for us to go in, have a conference, just sit together and have a working session. We have a lot of working sessions, so that works out for us.
But
that way.
do you accomplish a lot in the office?
Yes.
Like, how do you think you are productive being in the office versus?
For meetings, yes. So that's why I like 2 days now, because Wednesday we do nothing but meetings
Nice.
But why is that productive? Why can't a meeting be online?
Zoom.
because you're distracted.
How?
What do you mean?
I
So-
do every meeting online.
Well, so because at least for me, if I'm doing a meeting online at work and home, I'm doing another work, and half the time I lose focus what's going on in the meeting.
That's why you put your phone like this and you record the meeting in
Um,
case you wanna go back and check
So
what they
I feel like that happens a lot with everyone. Like they don't pay attention to meetings while they're at home because they're doing something else. Either they're browsing on Amazon or Facebook or whatnot.
I'm guilty of that.
But that you can do it at office too. You can be
Not
browsing.
when you're we all put our laptop away. Everyone's usually paying attention.
So it seems like a personal problem.
yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I mean,
if,
it was my personal opinion. So.
if there was a way
makes
online to make sure that you are focusing, then it would help.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe Zoom
I mean,
meeting.
I personally think if the meeting is important enough
Yeah.
for you, you are gonna pay attention.
Yeah.
If the
Agreed.
meeting is like, fuck it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the third person who's gonna get questioned on it, something, then you're like, okay, fuck it. I'm just listening in case something happens.
Yeah.
But if you're the first person responsible for that meeting,
Then you
you're
100%.
gonna pay
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
And that is what happened to me. So
Yeah.
what I do is if I know that this meeting is important, I'm only focused on meeting.
Yeah.
But if I think that okay, this may come back sometime after 2-3 weeks and I might not remember, I
Fuck
take
it.
this phone, I put it on the stand, start the video on 720p recording so it doesn't save a lot of memory.
Right.
and I just do browse. And if I they come back, I'll be like, oh, let me see what they talk about. Ah, this is the one. It happens all
But
the
you
time.
don't need to record just on your phone. The meeting itself has recording.
They don't allow it at BMS.
Oh.
And then
because of
everyone would know
privacy.
you're recording.
Yeah, the privacy
okay.
issues. They
Why,
stop. They
why don't you
disable.
just audio? What do you need the video?
I don't know. Sometimes I do
screen?
audio, and then this gets stopped. The audio like screen turn off, and the audio stop recording. It's so weird. It happened to me. I always forget to Google, but video is more like sometimes they share screen, right? So I have like it's just recorded meeting, which I know I'm never gonna need it, but in case I need it, I record it. Otherwise, some meetings I'm just sitting there and this maybe I'll keep it on. And yesterday I went to UPS while meeting was on, and then Lowe's.
I mean, I do that. Yeah.
Yeah, but those meetings weren't important, right? I was just my presence was important. Like there is nothing that I'm gonna be doing it going forward about that product. So they just said you require to attend, but you don't have to speak. You don't have to write anything on it or anything. So
Yeah. Now we got a transcriber, so that I'm excited for that. So what you do is you join team meetings, and the transcriber joins the meeting as well. It's not a person; it's a bot, and it records the meeting and actually transcribes it, writes it sentence by sentence. So it would say Harshit said this, Sandeep said this.
But it's built into Teams, no?
yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't buy it until now. Like it's
It's a
an
different
add-on.
plugin.
It's an add-on. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
an
an
add-on.
add-on,
Because we already have that. I thought it just
okay.
comes with
big
it.
company has it, bro.
So it generates a transcript of the entire
Entire
meeting.
meeting.
Yeah.
doc-
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
So if
It
you
ac-
don't want to listen to it, you can just like
So
Okay.
control
that's-
F.
But that's better. You can
Yeah.
search things in
Control
there.
Yeah,
F,
and
yep.
actually does it a video as well. So it would give you a record. Like if you turn your camera on, it would actually go like if you're speaking, it would put your face and then says whatever, and then
Yeah.
put your face, things like that.
because my manager, some of BMS employee has access to record. So we had a meeting one time where one of my associate director was explaining our roles to I don't even know who, but I was supposed to be there, and I realized that oh man, whatever he's saying is what I'm doing at this job.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I was paying attention in that meeting because I wanted to, when people ask me what I do at work, it's too much to explain. So I was like, okay. But then what I did is the script, write everything down that he said. I copy pasted. You know why? Because when I update my resume, that's gonna help me. So I have it saved on my OneNote. So that is a good feature for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we are building something like that in our communication tool that we have. Transcription, like live transcription, and even translation. Like if you can
cool.
talk in, let's say, Gujarati, and it will be translated into English, so basically, people who are speaking two different language can have a live
Meeting.
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
It was really cool. So when I was went to hospital with my mom a couple months ago now, they were right before the surgery. They tell you like they take your permission for whatever, right?
But they have to call a translator.
So they didn't have a physical translator.
No,
they
no,
had
on
a
the phone.
like they had a actually machine. They had a bot
Oh,
that came out. But they brought the bot in. My mom had to select. Like she they won't let me select the language either. She had to select the language, and then the doctor would say something. It would translate in Gujarati, and then she says something, picks everything up, and then says it in English.
Yeah.
It was pretty interesting.
Grandview got that.
For
too, I
my
think.
bar, it was the actual person on the phone.
Same.
And bro was speaking in Gujarati that I didn't understand. Because what are you talking about? bro?
Yo, true. This is true story. I took my bar to Grandview, and then I told them that I'll talk in behalf of her. But they're like, no, we have to bring translator. I was like, bro, I will speak for her. Like, let me speak Gujarati, right? I've been doing it for every hospital I take her. This nurse was just being a little bitch to me, and she was like, nah. I was like, I bring it. They bring a laptop, okay? No, like a walking desktop. They call somebody, and this lady started speaking Gujarati. My ba goes, "Asu bola છે?" I was like, even I don't understand her Gujarati,
Yeah,
bro.
they use like dictionary words
Oh, yeah,
of
yeah.
Gujarati. It's
Hi.
so tough. to
Pure
understand.
Gujarati. Even my
Yeah.
ba was confused ke tam su ko છો su. And I was like, so they realized that even it's the same language that we speak, we were having hard time,
yeah.
talking. So then finally, I think one of the doctor walked in and he's like, you know what? Let's just drop this. If his son willing to talk, let him talk and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I've been telling you, you wasted 20 minutes for all this setup and
Yeah.
call and stuff. But their Gujarati, you correct. It's so Suddha Gujarati.
Yeah. Yeah.
તમને કેવું પગમાં દુખે છે છાતીમાં દુખે છે એવું બધું કોમન હોય ને તો ચાલે પણ એમના વર્ડિંગ I was like nah my body ain't gonna understand this but it is a
But I
very-
guess the reason they don't want you to be the translator because you could be manipulating like within the translation.
Mm.
At least
It's legal.
bot would be honest. With
yeah but like who's
mean-
gonna manipulate their grandmother's health with doctor
Well, it's language, right? Because it's consent. Because what with my mom, I'm not about like my mom. They asked like if something happens during a surgery, we are not liable. So they want her words, like her voice, to say that, not mine.
Yeah.
I agree, but there are also like guardians, right? Like I have signed for my grandmother. They're going any health related her activity. Only I will be able to answer. Sure, I will consent with her. I'll talk to her in front of you, but I'm the one who'll let you know that either it's yes or no. Like I know there are paperwork, so I have filled it out in Grandview, Lansdale, and at Penn Medicine for her, so it doesn't happen.
Yo, what I wanted to bring up when you said Bole was coming. Back back in the days, we had this podcast night where we didn't record anything, obviously. But remember, me, you, and him had like talk until 3 a.m. If you remember.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I
was
remember.
that was the last night he was in.
Oh,
on
he was
East
leaving
Coast.
for Cali?
Yeah, he was leaving for
Yeah,
California for
bro, I
good.
I remember, yeah.
We talked fucking all night that day.
That
so,
was a
like,
really good time. So I be when we chill, it was always a good time.
yeah.
Because once you get to the cloud 9 level, this bro brings out some crazy topics.
I remember one of them.
And then
One of the
Bring
topics
it
or
up,
one of the
bring it up.
night.
One of the topic we
Yeah.
talked about, like,
Hey.
what was the first memory of you eating an ice cream you have?
yeah.
And I clearly have, like, I like first time I remember the ice cream from one of the place, and I still remember it was fruit casara ice cream, and I'm like, I remember that eating that ice cream years ago, and even I have a memory of the place.
Right.
Yeah, I remember you
So,
talk about
We
that.
talked about that.
Yeah, and then we talk about like, how that time this Uber Eats and everything was trending. Like the
was
delivery
new?
option. Yeah, it was new. Not new. It was in market, but like he was looking for a way to create a site or an app where right now you go to DoorDash, you go to Uber Eats, you go this. It was like let's create a site that just you looking for a food, you search there. And then it only gives you their best item from the menu, like not the full menu. Like
Just
let's
the best
just
item.
the best item from the menu, and we only deliver just the best item. I remember we discussing for an hour on that, but it was a good time. So last week we all were. He's here because one of our cousin got engaged in Canada, and we all were in Canada last week, right? And I met one of my other cousin who I lost connection probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was good time catching up, and as always, we rolled one and we were chilling, and we were talking about our grandfather who passed away last year and how that happened suddenly, like blink of an eye. And this man on the corner just chilling, and then suddenly he goes, "You know what? You know what I realized? What is life?" Everybody lost it. I was like, "What?"
No, I meant like you were talking about heart kept on beating, but he was pronounced dead.
Yeah, because of the pacemaker. Yeah.
Yes.
And that's what we were
So-
talking with my other cousin, that this is what happened. We were in the hospital. We witnessed it. They had to put magnet on his chest to shut down the
Heart
pacemaker.
monitor,
Yeah.
Or pacemaker.
Because and then he wasn't talking. He was just standing on the side, and suddenly he goes, "You know what I realized on this?" And everybody's like, "What?" He's like, "Then what is life?" And then the other cousin goes, "Ek દિવસ આયા છે, તો એક દિવસ જવાનું." Yeah, that night was very fun, bro. We stayed up till 3, right?
Yeah.
And then-
almost.
And then the cousin who got engaged, he's setting up the bar high, bro. Nobody knew, even his friends, couple of them knew, but they were saying don't do it. But he said nah.
Don't
He
do
wa-
what?
Yo, he got up, and we thought he gonna dance, but nah. This boy did a magic trick.
Uh-huh.
A magic trick. So that day was, let's say 2023 17, right? It was
June 5th.
June 5th,
July
15,
15.
whatever date that was. So at 4 p.m. he recorded a video saying on paper, he write it down on paper that his fiance gonna project this number,
Mm.
and that number was that day, like today's date. And he got up and he started talking that this is nobody knew what's happening. Only I know. Couple of my friends say don't do it, but I wanna do it. The goal is to impress people here and see how you guys like it. And he's a magician in a way, like
He likes to do.
he likes to do
Star
magic
tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
magic tricks.
Yeah.
and he doesn't do like basic magic trick. He learns,
Yeah.
and then he does like excellent level of.
He can
magic
pull
trick.
off a
Yeah.
lot
Right.
of magic tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as soon as I saw that, I was like, "Yo, I think he's doing magic." And then he took out the calculator from the phone and he started asking random questions to strangers, and that number lead to the one that he recorded.
Mm.
And
He
it was,
wrote it down
Yeah, he
on
wrote
the
it down
paper
too,
napkin.
right? So it was mind blowing, and I was impressed. I screamed. I was like, "Do more, do more!" Forget the dance, bro. And then he danced about like 7 or 8 different dances,
yeah.
and that was also like up the par, bro.
Yeah.
I
wa-
was
he
very impressed. I was
yeah.
like, "How are you doing this many things?" He played guitars, and I was like, "Bro, you next level talented, I guess, in our family."
Yeah.
Magic trick is impressive. People who can do magic is pretty impressive.
And this was very impressed. But he teach me because we were sleeping in same room. I was like, "Bro, you ain't going to sleep. Your boy's right here. I gotta pull some, back home." So it is magic trick is just making someone fool pretty much. But so I know now how to do it.
So now at your wedding, different number.
Different number
Same
maybe,
magic.
but same magic. But let's see. I'll try to pull it off here on someone, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, can do it on a. He did it in front of like almost 250 people,
Mm-hmm.
like straight up, and even he was nervous. He's like, I hope it works because he was taking a big risk, and I'm glad it worked. It was very impressive. So yeah, in case if you guys thinking about doing something unique for your own event,
Right.
magic is something that people be like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an idea. Baby shower even.
Dance would be easier.
That's another option. Just dance is mostly you will see dancing,
Yeah.
right? At the events. This is something different. If you
And
can
then
pull
I
it off.
noticed on TikTok recently, someone invited stand-up comedy on their reception for 30 minutes. So they did dance and stuff, and then stand-up comedy. The guy who came up and he did jokes for 30 minutes, and I think that was fun. I think that was something different. People
Yeah.
laughed, people had good time, people were drinking, so that was something unique. I thought,
You would do that?
yeah, I'll just become stand-up comedian. Bitch,
I've been
laugh or
telling
I'm
you.
pulling out one.
At my next event, whatever that is, you should just do a
Stand up.
routine. Forget dance. We'll just do routine or a live podcast.
Live podcast. Sandy wants to do live podcast.
If you guys make it to final.
if we make it to, if
Alright.
Stumpers make it to
Like
final.
at the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm really hoping we're gonna pull it off, guys. Because this is gonna be pretty lit and
You
amazing.
can make it happen.
Oh yeah.
How about live commentary, like on the cricket?
It would be the same thing, right? That podcast would be like a more of a
Live
commentary than like what we're doing right now. But whoever's like, if our team is batting, I would just bring on one of the batsmen or one of the team players.
It's like
and
more
talk to-
interview.
Yeah, talk to them for a bit and see what's going on.
Like
and
how
things
you
like-
feeling,
yeah.
the stress level, and then what is the plan going forward with the captain, baller, batsman.
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Like even the opposite team, they can
Yeah.
welcome. They welcome to probably talk about their stories and plans.
Yep.
Anything you wanna discuss?
Yeah, I got one more question. So lot of our friends are becoming fathers and mothers here,
Mhm.
and you have a kid who is about to go to kindergarten. I think you have one of
Advantage.
one of the oldest one, I guess, in the group, besides maybe
Experience.
here and them.
Hmm.
So any advice for this young fathers, mothers?
Newly parent.
No, not really. I mean, I think if like initial phase, it's like stressful, like but one thing I like to tell the parents is make sure your baby is flexible. With like if you, for example, if you are going somewhere and baby is sleepy, doesn't mean you come back home in afternoon and then put her in her own bed. Let them be flexible. That hey, sleep in this car, or like we used to during pandemic. We used to go on a river or on a river beach or on a like by the ocean park, if and for my kid, like especially when they are toddler, they have a nap time, afternoon nap time. So I'll tell my wife that, hey, she can just sleep here, we don't have to take her home. So we'll be at the park and everybody will nap on, like, like on a mat. And
So adjust with the situation. Like
Adjust,
make them
yes.
adjust the situation. You don't adjust to their situation.
yes, not
That's the-
always.
Not always,
Like,
yeah.
not always. Let them be flexible.
Mhm.
So that you can enjoy life as well.
And I noticed my niece, she's very outgoing, bro.
Mhm.
So we were in Yosemite, right? And we were going to see this big trees, Sequoia. What is it?
Sequoia.
Sequoia, right?
Giant sequoia.
And we were waiting for the bus. Now there were 3 other girls about her age, up or down, 2 years. And it was so strange to me. Like she literally made a friend instantly.
Right.
Like blink of an eye. Now I have all her information. The other parties, one was Bangladeshi girl, two were whites, right? And she came to me. She's like, "You wanna meet my best friend?" And I was like, "What?" Like it happened like blink of an eye.
Yeah.
And now they 3 or 4 of them playing in the corner.
Yeah.
Like nobody's paying attention. Nothing. Their parents are chilling with next to us. The other parents, like they're keeping an eye, but like
Right.
these 4 girls, like on their own, like
Yeah.
playing hide and seek, and everybody's like, "Come back or go do this." It was so crazy for me to see. Like I was like, how quickly that was. Like she literally went there and just, I don't know what she asked, but they became best friends. That's all I know. So I think that was a
like-
good
Yeah.
example I saw that day.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. Like like half of the world is waiting for other half to say hello. So
Mm.
once you start talking,
That's
people
nice.
like open up and
Yeah.
That was nice.
Half of the world is waiting
To say hello.
for other
Other
half to say hello.
Hello. Good take. Well, we are at the 53 mark.
I'll get that tattooed on me. Like on my neck right here.
I was gonna say back, but okay.
Say hello, bitch. Come here. Anything else that
All
you guys
good.
can?
I mean, nothing else.
Nah,
How was
then-
this? Would you start a podcast in California?
I mean, not thought about it, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
Like more of a coding or something if you want to teach the young kids, be like, here are the tricks.
Yeah,
and
why don't you
tips.
start your YouTube channel, bro? I'll edit it for you. You just record, send it to me. Today we learn about whatever hello world, how to type hello world.
I mean, it's already content like
Yeah,
that is
but you
already
could.
out there.
What did
so-
you say? It's the first teacher. You
Yeah.
could be the first teacher.
And you don't have to start with hello world, right? But you could do more practical stuff too. Like you could actually go in depth what do you actually need to learn in order to get a job. Like a lot of people don't want to go to school anymore. So hello world is I don't think that helps. I think what helps people is what you need to learn more than what you teach them.
Yeah.
Like coding C# is different than why do you need to learn C# over blah blah.
Yeah.
I think that's more important. Like those kind of YouTube videos are more important for
Yeah.
people to learn than actually how to code because Udemy and everyone has more in-depth coaching.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say content is already out there. It just you have to find it, and that's a key thing. Like what to look for.
Yeah.
Sometimes I struggle. Even yesterday, I was looking for something, and I'm like, how do I search this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it will be like what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Real quick,
Mhm.
before we hang up for today, what are your thoughts on this AI? Since you are a developer and in the technology world a lot more than probably we are at this moment.
I mean, it's all good. I mean, it's good in a way that a lot of processing that will take years for us humans can be done much faster with AI, and it can even help good. It can make decisions for us in certain cases. So,
But do you think
like, let's say your certain disease, can be like based on the data of the disease. It can prescribe you that hey, you should do this. This treatment will work for you the best. That's based on all the past data. Of course, AI is based on data, a lot of
Mhm.
data, and
but it's
making a
data, but then AI is more of it can think on its own based on that data. It's
Yeah.
not just giving you
Yes.
result because we get result on Google based on the data. AI is more of on its own brain, who collect those data, who go through the data and gives you the best possible answer, like on its own. Like it's a brain pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, right now it is that it will give you an answer and then you act on it. So
Yeah.
ultimately, acting part is somebody.
still
Yeah,
us.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess some industries are using it to act like on certain cases. You know, like operation. If they like, it can do it on its own. You know, make certain decision on its own. But again, that can be regulated by human that they don't do certain things.
Hmm.
So it's
You
all
think-
in good direction. Like I know some people.
But you think
are
it can go
like,
sideways in terms of like countries with nuclear weapons and wars and all that can go sideways with AI? Like what
No,
AI
not-
AI technology take over that side of world?
No, I have heard of lot of podcast about that talk about all that, like how AI can they destroy us and all that.
You just
Honestly, I
throw
don't
water.
think so because acting part is still human and we can limit the what AI can act.
So I mean, what you were saying, AI won't be able to outthink humans.
It will be more of it will support human thinking.
Thinking.
It will be always assistant to us is what I think.
You'll never be the CEO.
Yeah.
You'll always be the executive assistant at the most.
What's that movie, Wall-E, that AI takes over the world? Isn't it Wall-E?
I don't know.
There are many of
Ratnikant no
them,
movie
you know,
હતું પેલું.
iRobot is one of those.
Right?
Yeah, robot.
રોબોટ રજનીકાંતના રોબોટ મૂવીમાં એવું થાય છે ને AI ટેક ઓવર ને 50-60 બંદૂક નહીં કરતો આમ brrr કરીને. Anyways, any we doing dark jokes? Well, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed
Yeah,
today.
it was fun. Yeah,
It was fun.
new experience for
New
me.
experience.
Yeah, you
Yes.
will be on YouTube.
Yeah, I
And
definitely,
yeah, I'll be on YouTube.
I will definitely support you starting your own channel that helps people out. I'm all about that.
Right?
So you should
look
think
into
But
about
that bro likes to be outdoors, so I don't know if he wants to be indoor recording.
Do it at the beach.
Yeah, set up at the beach like a green screen.
Yeah.
You don't even need a green screen. Just with the background. All you need is your laptop. You don't need a camera.
Yeah.
You don't need to show your face. Just need to talk and share your screen.
Yeah, that's true. We're doing dark jokes.
We can.
Yeah.
All right, let me pull up something. Hi.
Possibly this will be one of the last segment for dark jokes.
I'm not too unhappy.
We are gonna change it up to something different.
Dark jokes?
Yeah,
All
so
right. How do you stop a toddler drowning in July?
How?
Drown it in June.
Go ahead.
why don't Americans make jokes about mass shooters?
Why?
Because it's always too soon.
Oh, on that note, Philly had a mass shooting.
Mass shooting?
Yeah, today or yesterday through car. Nobody died. 6 people got injured. They're safe at the hospital, but somebody while driving started shooting.
Damn.
Your turn.
How do you know a mechanic has a girlfriend?
How?
He has 2 clean fingers.
I think you. I heard this one. Yeah.
Did you get it, boy?
Got it.
Ah.
I have heard it. I have heard it somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, and on TikTok, that's where
TikTok,
you
yeah.
all find it.
All right, that's it
That's
for
why
today.
Is that the
Getting
people like you sit on a table? Like 2 people are sitting on the table.
Yeah.
I think it was. You have one more,
Nah, I'm good. If you have one more, go for it.
Sandy?
Knock, knock.
Who's
Who's
there?
there?
Cargo.
Cargo who?
Cargo beep beep.
All right, guys. Howdy for
Hold on,
today.
I got one more.
Alright, go ahead.
Let's see if I can finish it on a high
All
note.
right, all right.
So, fact. Study shows that left-hander will finish their exam faster than someone who doesn't have hands.
Get it.
Okay.
That's dark.
But I guess it's not funny enough.
Yeah.
I guess we'll edit this out.
I'm not editing jack shit.
It was more of a statement than a joke.
Yeah.
You read, like, you
I think
never paused.
I think I didn't read it right.
Yeah, 100% you didn't deliver it right.
Yeah.
There should be a pause if you're gonna have
Yeah.
a punchline.
Yeah, I didn't read it right.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, it's 1 hour, 1 minute. Thank you for tuning in, watching, checking it out. Come through if you really want to be part of this podcast. It's fun. And as always, like, share, subscribe. Peace.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.